So this is my trip to the 10th annual organic beekeeping conference, organically managed beekeeping conference. And coming up next is the theme song. Check it out. We are literally out here in the middle of nowhere. Now, we may not be in the middle of nowhere, but I think that might be it over there. And we've got roads washed out, and this is all lovely stuff. We are glad this truck is four-wheel drive, even though it hasn't been necessary. And honestly, if I were in my Toyota Corolla, I'd have just gone over that. You see it back there? It's just washed out a little bit. That's no big deal. But the great thing about this right now is that I have 5 bars of 4G LTE coverage right here. I could watch movies. I love technology. I just thought I would share that with you. Stay tuned for a bunch more vignettes. I consider this a spiritual pilgrimage every year. Come down here and learn about myself and meet new people and have a lot of fun. So this is a trip that's based on my life for this week. Well, we're out here having fun, and we've been stopping to break off. Well, we got some loppers back there to cut off the branches and scrape the truck as we go by. And I've found that it's much more enjoyable and productive to just break everything off. So, I'm feeling good. Oh look, we're here at the yard. Ta-da! We're just going to do a good hive pickup today. Get everything set back up and ready to go. Looks like we got a few stuff that blew over, so gonna fix that. So Dee's just told us that this is the oldest continuously occupied apiary in the U.S. It's a nice location, right up on top of a rise. It's gonna be fun. On this first yard, another butterfly. Went pretty well. Stood up some boxes that fell over. Looks like we're gonna be cutting some more branches. I was thinking, this is really what treatment-free beekeeping is all about. These bees are miles out in the wilderness. They get infrequent contact with humans. And they are fine. You know, just need some maintenance once in a while. Come and get some honey, stack the boxes back up. The swarms fill the empty boxes. This is what beekeeping should be. If you don't take care of your bees constantly, they shouldn't die. They are wild animals. They are not domesticated. Or at least not much. They can handle it on their own. Did I ever tell you about the time I got my truck stuck out in the desert in Colorado and had to walk 4 miles out because nobody knew how to get to where I was? Then the next year, same spot, because that's where my bee yard was, I hit a mud puddle on my motorcycle, flipped it over and landed on my foot, and it broke my foot. And I had to lay on the ground there for an hour for somebody to come get me. Picked up some friends. scratches. Now their arm's even worse. We've been working on trimming trees and stuff, getting them out of the way. The truck going through like duck right now. So that's been fun. It's good, good manly work. Not to say that women can't do it, but I'm like just going after these things with just stomping them down. These whatever trees they are. It's good fun. Alright, I think we're done with bees for today. Headed back to get some dinner, which would be pretty good since we pretty much didn't have any breakfast. Definitely didn't have any lunch. Dinner and a pitcher of beer. Except for this giant open pit mine. Anthropomorphization, where we ascribe non-human things with human characteristics. These are insects. I think that's an important thing to remember, and something that would help us in the treatment-free movement a lot if we could get people to remember that these are insects and they're not people and they don't think like people. And they're insects. If you can't tell the difference between an insect and a human, you can't decide which one is more important, and I don't know what to tell you. Hey everybody, got my CBA hat on. Pretty sweet. Pursuant possibly to some topics I'm going to be talking about in my review of this trip, I have this. This is a terrorist hunting permit. D passes them out when you enter, if you want one, when you enter the room where we're having the conference. This is the sort of thing that alienates people, and which is the reason why politics is strictly not okay in the treatment-free beekeeping group. We are actively nonpartisan. It's not that politics isn't okay, because we want people to be involved in politics, to change things especially in local governments pertaining to beekeeping laws, because those are things that are often written by beekeeping industry people, and they don't speak to the needs of the hobbyist beekeepers. So we really want people to be active in politics, but we want to be aggressively nonpartisan in the group, and that's because we don't want to alienate anyone. If someone pops in the group and they see a bunch of people with well, if they pop in the group and they read too many posts that demonstrate a political bent to one direction or the other, they might think, if they don't lean that way, that they don't belong. Like, this group has a political bent in a certain direction, and we don't. We, each of us, have political views. That's absolutely true. We, each of us, also have religious or non-religious views, as the case may be. But we don't want an atheist to assume that he or she isn't welcome. The same way we don't want a Christian or a Buddhist or a Jew or anyone else to think that they're not welcome because the group endorses any point of view. The single point of view that we endorse is treatment-free beekeeping, and that's the way we want to keep it. So this is not okay. I'm here at the conference. Check out this bush. I don't know if you can hear the buzzing bees, but this is the bush that has the most bee action on it right now. There's not a lot else blooming. I'm told there is a feral beehive in a tree around here somewhere, and I am looking for it. I just got done doing my swarm trapping presentation, which you either will hear on the podcast or have heard on the podcast. I'll be publishing that at some point. And now I'm out exploring, having some fun by myself, checking out the flora and fauna. I have found the first of what I'm told are 4 feral hives. I'll try and get close to it without getting stung up. It's in this giant granite boulder here, way down in that hole down there. I've got the bees flying right past me down into there. Pretty clear flight path. This is desert, where you have a few more bees in the ground than in trees, because as you can see, there's not a whole lot of big trees around here.
That's cool.
Alright, I have found the hive down in the wash that I was looking for earlier. It's that big oak tree behind me, right up in the middle of it, in the trunk. You probably can't see the bees from here because the camera's resolution is too low, but I can see bees.
Yeah, on the other side, it's hard to see from here.
There she is. I'm gonna get away before they take a liking to my black phone.
Yeah, because when these bees